welcome back to part 2 of this video. And firstly, before I go over to the potting mix and all, I will be prepping this Schefflera. It has come with a huge ball of root ball of clay, and we have to cut it down to size because it's very heavy. It is very heavy, okay? So I'm not being able to emphasize this so much, but this is really heavy. I don't want so much of a weight in my potted balcony garden. So we have to be a little careful. I don't want this plant going into a shock, but these plants are usually very good and hardy, so it should be doing just fine. Alright, so let me just do that and I will be back with you guys. Alright, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. See how I'm bringing this thing down to size? Just a piece of cake, right? So these two sides are done, okay? And yeah, I have kind of like chopped off a little portion of it from the side, okay? And yeah, that area, okay? But it's okay because there is so much of roots. All right, so I'm going to be working on the other two sides. So I've cut it down and I've brought this thing to size. It's pretty lightweight now. I am not going to be using a whole lot of fertilizers for this either. Okay, this is a very hardy plant and lots of portions of roots has been removed. Actually, as you can see, those portions, okay, it has really very thick root. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this red soil. It's not the best quality soil, so I don't really like using this type of red soil on my other plants. Okay, so that's the first part of doing it. Now I will go over to the potting mix. So these are the things that I will be using for my potting mix, okay? And so also I have taken a smaller sized pot. This is just a little bit bigger than this one. This is not the size that I use usually for like I just don't want this plant going out of control, okay? I don't want this plant growing out of control, and so I have not taken a bigger pot. I just want it to stay small, and later on maybe we can prune the roots a little bit more, okay? And I am going to be using mulch because it does have a requirement for water. I will also be using well-seeded garden soil. Soil already contains a mild amount of its own nutrients, so we don't really have to add anything extra. Until and unless you want this growing really big, do not add vermicompost, okay? And this is seaweed granules. I will just be using, say, about 4 or 5 granules. That's it. That too near the roots, just so it can relieve the plant from any kind of shock, okay? And just so the plant can get a little bit of relief from any kind of shock. All right, so that's why. So what I'm using over here is about say 50% of garden soil and 50% of mulch. Okay, the seaweed, just extra a few granules, that's it. Not too many, just 4 or 5 granules, that's it, near the roots, okay? And I'll show you the process. All right, so that is how I placed it. Yes, a portion of the root ball is out of the pot, and that is completely okay as long as the bottom portion stays within the pot. It is a very hardy plant, so I'm pretty sure it's going to survive, okay? And well, as you can see, the soil contains a lot of mulch. Also, the dusty blue color thing is the seaweed granule. I have not made it into a dust. A few portions were like a little bit dust, so I've just sprinkled it very near to the roots, okay, just so it can slowly release the nutrients. And now I will just put a little bit of water, and that's it. I'm just going to be keeping it in a partially shaded area for the time being. Then you can keep it in a sunny window sill indoors, or you can also keep it outdoors, but just have to maintain. Okay, so now I've watered it also, and now I'm just going to be keeping it under observation, and it should do just fine. Those sackcloth plastics that I've used at the bottom, they will not stop the roots from coming out. Those are very thin, and they will only help keep the water that we need within the pot. All right, and the excess will also drain out. Some will get soaked up by the mulch, so it's a very good combination for a plant like this. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye for now.